What is up, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we will learn how to export your Fusion compositions. This video will contain two parts. Part 1 will be exporting macros, and in part 2 we will export the Fusion composition. Don't forget the bonus at the end. This is the Fusion nodes I used to create this basic title for this tutorial. This will be a template that we can just drag onto a video and change a few settings like the background color, font, size, drop shadow settings, and the duration of the animation. Okay, so let's select all our nodes except for the media out node. Right click, go to macro and say create. Now this confusing little window pops up. Let's name this animation. So this allows you to select the options that will be able to be edited, for example, the font, style, and color. In order for you to be able to change the color of the animation, make sure to select green, blue, and alpha channels, otherwise it won't work. Let's collapse some of these options. I want to make it possible to also change the background, so we need to select the background node. Again, select color and also top green, top blue, and top alpha. You can just select close and save it on your desktop. Let's name this macro to animation 1. You can save this anywhere, but I will save it on my desktop. Now you can simply just go to the Fusion tab under Effects, Templates, and then Titles. Now just drag it from the desktop into the bin and it will install. Now in the edit page, under Effects, search for your title. Drag it into your timeline and there you have your first template. Congratulations. You can now change the title, size, and any other settings you selected. This is the quickest way. The other way to install it is to do it via DRFX files. We will now export out Fusion composition. So in the Fusion page, go to File, Export, and select Fusion composition. Now you can just name this whatever you want. Now just something to note, in the edit page, if you try to drag and drop or go to import to select Fusion composition, it won't work. You need to have a Fusion composition and be in the Fusion page. First, create a new Fusion composition and drag it into the timeline. In the Fusion page, go to File, Import, and Fusion Composition. Now when you go to the edit page, you can see the template. Save this on your desktop or other external drive. This is pretty useful if you don't want to recreate something every time. So if you're creating a series with the same style, this might be very useful. Okay, so now for the bonus tip, let's go back to our macro settings. So one thing to note, if you're exporting an animation as a macro, and it is a few seconds long, you will notice that if you make it shorter, the animation does not complete, it gets cut off. So here is a trick. Let's go to our nodes and copy everything except the media out, and then create a new Fusion composition and make it between 1 and 2 seconds. Now open that Fusion composition and paste your nodes and connect it to the media out. Now we have a short composition, so let's add this next node called the keyframe stretcher, which simply stretches our keyframes between the starting and ending points. Let me show you what I mean. Hold in Shift and press space and add the node. Now as you can see, here are your keyframes. So select the keyframe stretcher. Now let's set the source start and source end. So this animation end is at 29 frames, and change the values of the stretch, start, and stretch end. Make sure to select the frame after the start animation and just before the end animation. So here my animation stops at 12 frames and the animation starts again at 22 frames, so let's choose 21. Now let's export this macro and name it. Set our settings. Now drag it into the title folder. Go to Edit Page and search for your title animation and drag it into the timeline. Now you can make it any duration and it will not lose the animation. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please like and subscribe and check these videos for more cool tricks in Davinci Resolve.